I spent all my savings on a ticket, only for the cruise ship to hit a reef and sink. When I woke up again, I had somehow become the only man on the island, with two stunning beauties lying beside me, one with long black straight hair and long legs, the other blonde and blue-eyed. The way they looked at me changed from disdain to dependence, while the rich people who mocked me as a poor loser on the ship were now kneeling and begging me for a bite of wolf meat. Money is useless here. They have to listen to me. My name is Lin Ye. I spent all my savings on a ticket and boarded a luxury cruise ship called the Galaxy, advertised as a 180-day around-the-world voyage. But in truth, it was the world's largest gambling ship at sea. Only after boarding did I realize that all that talk about budget travel to clear my head was just self-deception. I had just been dumped by my girlfriend. I spent 3 years simping for her, never even held her hand, and in the end she dumped me with one line: no car, no house. My mood was at rock bottom, and I was smoking alone on the deck. The sea breeze blew over, and a fashionably dressed woman passed in front of me. Her skirt was lifted by the wind. I really wasn't looking on purpose. But the moment she opened her mouth, she cursed at me. "What are you looking at? Never seen a beautiful woman before? You can tell at a glance you're just a poor loser." I ignored her and turned to leave. She rushed over in a few steps, grabbed my arm, and raised her hand to slap me. I grabbed her wrist and, suppressing my anger, said, "I'm not in the mood to mess around with you right now. If you want to go crazy, you've got the wrong person." I flung her hand away, and she staggered backward, nearly falling. She spat out a threat. "Just you wait. I'll get my sugar daddy to deal with you." Then she clattered off in her high heels. I kept smoking and looking at the sea, not caring at all. The people who could afford to be on this ship really were either rich or powerful. But at the time, I had only one thought in my head. There were still 80 days left in the voyage, and once I endured them, it would be over. That night when I returned to my room, I was sharing it with a foreign steward named Mare. I had no money, so I had to make do. I usually picked up odd jobs on the ship, playing cards with the rich, serving them tea and drinks, and earning a little living expense money. Mare was a great guy, always asking with a grin how much I'd made that day. I said, "Not bad, $200 in tips." He said, "I'll take that as a good omen," and went off to the night shift. In the middle of the night, a huge crash blasted me awake from my sleep. The door was slammed open, and Mare stood there looking panicked. "Ye, run. The ship hit the rocks, and the cabins are flooding." After saying that, he ran off to bang on other doors. I threw on some clothes and rushed out. Water had already flooded the corridor. After climbing 2 floors, the hallway was packed with people. Some foreign women had run out wearing only their underwear, and screams and cries were all mixed together. I finally made it to the deck, and the ship was already tilted at 30 degrees. Rain poured and the waves raged, and people kept slipping into the sea. The bow had sunk 3 or 4 meters, and at a glance I spotted a lifebuoy and a life jacket hanging off the side. I had just climbed over when a Hong Kong boss clinging to the railing shouted at me, "Quick, throw me the lifebuoy, and I'll give you 2 million. I recognized him. He'd tipped me before after winning money gambling. But I ignored him, quickly put on the life jacket, and slipped the lifebuoy over myself too. Staying alive came first. What good is money if you don't live to spend it? Some people tried to come over and snatch it, but they slipped before they could get close, and some even shoved others straight off the ship. Then came an even louder crash as the stern struck the reef again. I lost my grip on the railing and slid down the deck toward the bow. At the same time, a woman fell beside me. From her face, she looked Chinese. When she saw the life-saving gear on me, her eyes were filled with the desperate will to survive, and her voice trembled. "Please, give me a lifebuoy." I threw it to her, then tied the lifebuoy and my life jacket together with a rope so that both of us could stay afloat. The waves slammed over us like walls. I shouted at her, "Hold on tight to me." We swam out with all our strength, avoiding the struggling crowd in the sea. We had only gotten a short distance when I looked back and saw the entire cruise ship bearing straight down on us. "Hold your breath now." Before the words had even left my mouth, we were slammed by the hull into the deep sea. The tremendous suction dragged us downward. I swam up with all my strength, but it was useless. The woman beside me also went still. Seawater poured into my mouth. My consciousness grew blurrier and blurrier, and in the end, everything went black and I knew nothing. When I woke up again, my whole body felt like it had been crushed, aching from head to toe. The sunlight was so harsh I could barely open my eyes. I struggled to sit up and found myself lying on a reef, and my life jacket was long gone. There was a 10-centimeter gash on my thigh, soaked pale by the seawater. It burned with pain the moment I moved, but I had survived. My lips were cracked, my throat felt like it was on fire, and hunger made my stomach spasm. I felt around in my pocket. The lighter was still there, and a keychain was hanging from my waistband. There was a multi-tool folding knife on it. For an old smoker like me, a lighter is life. I shook the water off hard and flicked it a few times with a snap, and a little flame sprang up. With fire, there is hope. I built a fire on the beach and took off my clothes to dry them. There were a few coconut trees by the shore. I grew up climbing trees in the countryside. I made a simple tool out of vines and, with great effort, picked 3 coconuts. After drinking all 3 and digging out the coconut meat to swallow, that near-death hunger finally eased. After getting dressed, I climbed onto a reef not far away to observe the terrain. Looking down, I saw 2 women lying at the base of the reef. One of them was the same woman who had been tied to me when the cruise ship sank. I climbed down and checked their breathing. Both were alive. "Wake up! Hey, wake up!" Looking closer, this woman was really beautiful, with a curvy figure, an oval face, and willow leaf brows. She was wearing black ultra-short leather shorts, her 2 legs long and pale. The other one was blonde and blue-eyed, a foreign girl, wearing only a pair of panties. Her clothes had probably been washed away by the sea. I didn't have time to think too much. Following the first aid methods from the training before boarding, I first cleared their mouths, then performed CPR. After pressing for 2 minutes, just as I was about to give rescue breaths, the long-legged beauty suddenly coughed up several mouthfuls of water. Her eyes slowly opened. I immediately went to save the blonde girl too. After compressions and 2 rescue breaths, she finally came around as well. When I turned back, the long-legged beauty was staring at me with wide eyes. "Thank you. You saved me again." That proofs were faded. I was so tired I was gasping for breath. She slowly sat up and felt over her body, as if confirming something. I thought to myself, "So you really think I took advantage of you?" Suddenly, a scream came from behind me. The blonde girl covered her chest and looked at me in horror. "What did you do to me? Where are my clothes? I'm the one who saved you. As for your clothes, I have no idea." I looked at the long-legged beauty, and she nodded at the blonde girl. Only then did the blonde girl relax. I felt a little awkward and took off my jacket and tossed it to the blonde girl. "Put this on." Thanks." She hurriedly put it on. "My name is Huang Ziyu." The long-legged beauty smoothed her hair and held out her hand to me. I shook it once and let go. "Lin Ye, saving you was no big deal. We're all fellow castaways." The blonde girl also introduced herself softly as Luna, saying she had mistaken me for a pervert just now. The last word was as faint as a mosquito's buzz. I asked them what they planned to do next, and both of them shook their heads blankly. I said I had picked some coconuts over by the reef and could give them something to quench their thirst. Then I walked toward the fire on my own. Before long, the 2 of them followed. The sun was setting, and the sea breeze was turning cool. After finishing the coconuts, the 2 of them huddled by the fire in silence. Before it got fully dark, I got up and went into the woods to gather firewood, and Luna took the initiative to run over and help. Only when the fire burned stronger did our bodies warm up a little, but sleeping tonight was definitely going to be a big problem. No shelter, no bedding. Lying on the beach was cold and damp, and the mosquitoes kept biting, making people slap at them nonstop. The night sky was packed with stars, truly beautiful. You simply can't see a sky like this in the city. But I wasn't in the mood to appreciate it at all. Luna had already curled up against Huang Ziyu and fallen asleep. Huang Ziyu rubbed her face with both hands, not knowing what she was thinking about. I said, "If you're cold, I can start another fire on your left." She looked up at me. "I'm okay, I can hold on. But you gave your clothes to Luna. If you don't mind, you can come over and warm up with us. Don't get the wrong idea. I know you're not a bad person. If you fall sick, the 2 of us women will have even less chance of surviving." She got straight to the point. I sat down with my back against hers and clearly felt her body tremble for a moment before it quickly went still again. The warmth coming from her back really did drive away quite a bit of the chill. As the night grew deeper, I got up to add more firewood and suddenly froze. In the jungle dozens of meters ahead, several pairs of green glowing eyes were staring fixedly in our direction. Wolves. "Lin Ye, what's wrong?" Huang Ziyu also sensed that something was off. She followed my gaze, and even her voice was trembling. "Don't speak. Don't move." I stared fixedly at those eyes. 2, 3, 8 in total. It was a wolf pack. I slowly bent down, pulled 2 burning sticks from the fire, handed one to Huang Ziyu, and gripped the other tightly myself. With my other hand, I took out the folding knife. It was small, but at least it counted as a weapon. The fire could intimidate them for now, but hunger can overcome any fear. I had no idea how long the standoff lasted. We went through one firebrand after another, and our bodies had gone stiff. Suddenly, Luna's drowsy voice came from behind us. "I'm so sleepy. Haven't you gone to sleep yet?" Shoo, Luna, don't move. Listen to my instructions. I lowered my voice. What's happening? There are wolves in the woods. Huang Ziyu whispered in her ear. Luna lost control on the spot and screamed. Ah, wolves. That scream completely broke the balance. Those pairs of green eyes began moving toward us. Damn it. I had no time to blame Luna and made a decision at once. Head into the sea and don't run. Do you see that reef in the sea? Swim over there. The wolf pack suddenly charged, and the distance of dozens of meters was gone in the blink of an eye. Huang Ziyu grabbed the terrified, stunned Luna and rushed into the sea while I stayed behind, swinging the burning stick. The two of them ran to the water's edge, but Luna cried out, sobbing, I can't swim. The water isn't deep. Come over quickly, I'll help you. Huang Ziyu had already waded to where the seawater was over her chest and shouted to her anxiously. Shivering, Luna edged a few steps into the sea, and the water only reached her thighs. The wolf pack was only 2 or 3 meters from me. I swung the stick to force back the one in front, then turned and dashed into the sea in one bound. I was just about to take Luna swimming toward the reef when there was a splash behind me. The wolf had entered the water. That beast could actually swim. The other wolves stayed on shore and watched. Only this one came after us. I swam desperately toward the reef, but my injured leg couldn't put forth much strength. Huang Ziyu swam back, grabbed Luna, and pulled her up onto the reef. The moment they got up, Luna screamed, Mr. Lin, watch out behind you. Before I could turn around, a sharp pain shot through my foot. The wolf had bitten it. Luckily, I was wearing shoes, or this foot would have been ruined on the spot. I kicked hard, but that beast refused to let go no matter what. You won't quit, huh? Then let's do this. I took a deep breath, wrapped both arms around the wolf's neck, and used my body weight to force it down into the sea. I pulled out the folding knife and stabbed wildly, but the blade was too short and only caused superficial wounds. The wolf, hurt by the pain, let go of my foot and struggled to bite my neck. I clamped down on its head, pressing my whole body against its back as the two of us sank together into the deeper water. Now it was a matter of who could hold their breath longer. I locked the wolf with the bend of my legs, freed one hand to untie my shoelace, quickly looped it around the wolf's neck, and tied a dead knot. Then I kicked hard with both feet to send it away and desperately floated upward. Those few seconds felt as long as a lifetime. The instant I broke the surface, I gasped for air, and Huang Ziyu and Luna's cries poured into my ears. Huang Ziyu dove straight off the reef into the sea and reached my side in just a dozen seconds, dragging my completely exhausted body back toward the reef. Luna pulled from above. The three of us collapsed on the reef in a miserable heap, gasping for breath. Are you okay? Where's that wolf? Huang Ziyu's voice was trembling. I caught my breath and looked up at the sea. 2 or 3 meters from the reef, the wolf's corpse was floating motionless on the surface. We were out of danger. I lay back on the reef and said, but we won't be able to get back to shore tonight. The wolves on shore were still guarding it, staring at their companion's corpse in the sea and letting out a round of howls. The sea wind cut through our soaked clothes with a bone-chilling cold. Huang Ziyu and Luna huddled together, shivering, their lips turning purple from the cold. Lin Ye, what do we do? Huang Ziyu's teeth were chattering. Leave it to fate. My mind was blank too. A flicker of despair flashed through Luna's eyes. Just then, the wolves on shore suddenly seemed to receive some kind of signal. After howling a few times, they all turned and ran into the jungle. The three of us were stunned. Just a moment ago, they were locked in a fight to the death, and now they ran off? The wolves are gone. Should we go ashore? I asked. If we stay on the reef, we'll freeze to death. Going ashore at least means there's a fire. Even if the wolves come back, at worst we can just swim back out to sea. I want to go up. I want to go ashore too. The two of them spoke in unison. All right, you two swim over first. I'll go drag that wolf's corpse back. After all, meat is meat, even wolf meat. We'd only eaten a few coconuts all day. How could that possibly stave off hunger? When Huang Ziyu and Luna went into the water and swam toward shore, Lin Ye turned around, intending to swim toward the wolf's corpse. Holy shit, a shark. You two don't look back. Hurry and swim to shore. Lin Ye shouted in alarm. No wonder the wolf pack had left. They must have known the shark was coming and thought the three of them would end up in its jaws. Lin Ye had stabbed the wolf in the belly with a folding knife, and the blood that spilled out attracted the shark. In the sea, this thing was a bully. Getting bitten by it wasn't something as simple as ending up with a few bruises. Lin Ye no longer cared about the wolf meat. His life was more important, and quickly swam toward the shore. Maybe because the wolf's corpse was bleeding and was more attractive to the shark, it didn't chase after Lin Ye and the others at all. By the time the three of them swam to shore, The sharks had already stripped the wolf's corpse clean in an instant, and one of the sharks even swam over along the route Lin Ye had taken back. Luckily, Lin Ye and the others had already reached the shore. These sharks have an even keener nose than wolves. Lin Ye spat and said, "Come on, let's hurry over to the campfire, or we'll really freeze to death." Hom. The two women obediently responded. When they got to the campfire, Lin Ye added a lot more firewood, and of course he still picked up a relatively thick branch to hold in his hand, to be ready for the wolves' arrival at any time. At least he'd have something in his hand, right? Seeing that the two beauties didn't say a word, they were probably scared out of their wits. Even Lin Ye felt that what happened tonight was a bit absurd. Wolves ahead and sharks behind. And to make matters worse, the lighter and folding knife they depended on for survival were also lost. By the time their clothes dried by the fire, judging by the moon's position, it was probably already the latter half of the night. "Luna, can you come with me?" Lin Ye heard Huang Ziyu whispering to Luna by his ear. I'm scared there might be wolves," Luna said fearfully at that moment. "Don't you want to? We drank so much coconut juice during the day, and there are only the two of us girls to keep each other company here. Next time you go, I'll go with you." Huang Ziyu coaxed and pressured her. "I already just did." As Luna spoke, her face looked even redder in the firelight. Lin Ye almost burst out laughing when he heard it. Huang Ziyu probably wanted to go relieve herself and wanted Luna to go with her. And Luna was scared, probably so frightened earlier that she'd already peed herself, so she didn't want to go relieve herself now. But under Huang Ziyu's persistent pleading, Luna still agreed to her request. "Lin Ye, you're not allowed to peek," Huang Ziyu said shyly. "Don't worry, I won't peek. If I look, I'll do it openly," Lin Ye said with a lewd grin. "You big pervert." Huang Ziyu really needed to pee, and this wasn't the time to bicker with Lin Ye. Pulling Luna along, she kept looking back at Lin Ye every few steps, worried he might peek. But Lin Ye really had no mind for peeking right then. The night was so dark, as if he could even see clearly anyway. Probably because they were scared, the two of them didn't go far, because the beach was too quiet, with only the occasional sound of waves. Lin Ye shook his head and didn't pay too much attention to that side. Before long, after the two of them came back, Lin Ye said to them in a consultative tone, "We can't stay here. There are wolves in the forest and sharks in the sea. We simply can't remain here. I'm planning to go check the other side of the beach. What about you? And even if we stay here, we won't survive. Even with food, without fresh water we won't last more than a few days." Lin Ye is right. Without food, we can still hold on for a few days, but without water, under tomorrow's blazing sun, we might not make it through. Huang Ziyu also strongly agreed with Lin Ye's view. Lin Ye had no choice but to state the truth. A wolf pack had appeared here, and wolves are the kind of animals that always take revenge. We killed one of their companions, so we may not have a moment's peace from here on. As soon as she heard that more wolves might come, Luna said fearfully, "I'll listen to you. Wherever you go, I'll go." After some inner struggle, Lin Ye replied, "I'm not saying you have to follow me. Actually, whether I can survive myself is still a question. Maybe you have other choices." As soon as Huang Ziyu heard this, suspecting that Lin Ye wanted to shake the two of them off, she immediately said, "Lin Ye, do you think the two of us are a burden? Do we even have any other choice now? We're just two weak women. We really can't survive in this kind of environment." Hearing Huang Ziyu say that, Luna also chimed in, "That's right, Mr. Lin. It's very hard for us two weak women to survive. Don't worry, Mr. Lin, we can work. We definitely won't drag you down, and we'll absolutely do as we're told." Huang Ziyu also agreed. After hearing this, Lin Ye said helplessly, "I'm not trying to abandon you. It's just that I can barely protect myself. I'm afraid I won't be able to protect you well. Since you've chosen to follow me, then fine. From now on we'll be a small team. From now on, you must listen to me and obey my orders. There are no freeloaders on this team. Starting tomorrow, I will assign tasks." "Okay." Huang Ziyu originally still wanted to say something, but Luna hurriedly grabbed her hand and quickly signaled for her not to speak anymore. Actually, Lin Ye hadn't wanted to be like this, but they were two pampered rich girls after all. If he wasn't a bit stricter with them, how could they survive in this kind of environment? Not only did he need the two of them to work, but while working, he also had to teach them all kinds of wilderness survival skills. Otherwise, relying on Lin Ye alone won't work. "All right, you two get some sleep first. I'll keep watch tonight. Early tomorrow morning, we'll go look for a shelter." Lin Ye also didn't want to put too much pressure on the two of them. "Let's just take it one day at a time." About an hour later, Huang Ziyu said as she walked toward Lin Ye, "Lin Ye, get some sleep. I'll keep watch for the rest of the time. After all, we'll still have to rely on you when it gets light." After his struggle with the wolves and a whole night of turmoil, Lin Ye didn't stand on ceremony with Huang Ziyu. All right, if anything happens, wake me up at any time. Don't worry. Dawn is almost here, so there probably won't be any problems. Get some sleep, Huang Ziyu said. Only companions who have gone through life and death together can stand the test. Although they hadn't known each other for long, at this moment, Lin Ye had already become her pillar. Huang Ziyu also didn't want Lin Ye to think she was just a pretty face and of no use to him at all, which was why she had volunteered to keep watch. Sister Ziyu, come look. There are so many little crabs on this beach. In his sleep, Lin Ye heard Luna's somewhat awkward Chinese. He slowly opened his eyes and saw that Huang Ziyu had somehow picked a bunch of dense leaves and was holding them above his head, shielding him from the glaring sunlight. You're awake, Lin Ye, Huang Ziyu said with a smile. How long have you been holding that pose? You could have woken me up. At this moment, Lin Ye found this woman adorably silly. The sun hasn't been up for long. I just wanted you to sleep a little more. As Huang Ziyu spoke, her stomach let out a rumbling sound. Hearing her words, Lin Ye felt a little touched. Hearing her stomach growl from hunger, he felt a little hungry too. Since last night until now, he had only eaten a bit of coconut meat. I just heard Luna shouting over there that there are crabs. I'll go take a look and see if there's any other food as well. As Lin Ye spoke, he got up and walked toward the seaside. I'll go with you. Huang Ziyu followed close behind. Mr. Lin, you're awake. Look, I caught so many crabs. Seeing the two of us walking over, Luna said excitedly. Looking at the tiny ones in her hand, they weren't even enough to fill the gaps between his teeth. But no matter what, even a mosquito's leg is still meat. There really were quite a few crabs on the beach. As for the slightly bigger ones, she probably didn't dare catch them. How about this? You two catch some crabs here first, and I'll go pick the remaining coconuts. Lin Ye said. Can you do that? Your leg is still injured, and that coconut tree is pretty tall. Huang Ziyu said worriedly as she looked at the straight trunk of the coconut tree. Of course there's no problem. I grew up in the countryside. Climbing trees and raiding bird nests was what I did best. This little injury is nothing. In order to show off a bit in front of the beauties and demonstrate that he was the leader of this team, Lin Ye endured the pain in his leg and climbed the coconut tree, picking all the few remaining coconuts from it. Looking at the coconuts on the ground, Lin Ye was calculating in his heart. Each person would eat 2 later, and the remaining 5 would be kept for the trip when they went to the other side of the beach later. They hadn't found fresh water yet, so they had to save whatever they could. Lin Ye went into the jungle to find some vines and made a simple net bag. He packed up all the coconuts and walked toward the 2 women. So many coconuts. Luna's hands were already full. They were all crabs. But there wasn't a single decent-sized one. The problem was that there was nothing to put them in. You two go to the fire first and add some firewood. I'll check by the seaside to see if there are any slightly bigger crabs. Lin Ye hadn't expected the 2 of them to catch very big crabs, so he instructed them to go tend the fire instead and take the coconuts back. After handing the coconuts to them, Lin Ye went to look for crabs beneath the rocks on the beach. When he got under the reef, there were indeed quite a lot of sand crabs, but they were not very big. Just as Lin Ye was sighing, a streak of dazzling sunlight flashed by, and he squinted to look. There was a blue suitcase floating on the sea beneath the reef, bobbing up and down with the rhythm of the waves, and the sunlight would occasionally reflect off its shiny surface. This should be something from the ship. Lin Ye dropped the crabs and jumped into the sea to salvage the suitcase. Rich people's stuff really is good. This seal, this quality. Lin Ye stopped caring about the crabs, tossed the suitcase onto the shore, and incidentally brought up 3 or 4 mineral water bottles from the corner of the reef. On this deserted island, those mineral water bottles were important resources. Lin Ye dragged the suitcase back to the campfire, and Huang Ziyu said in surprise, "Teach this. Where did it come from?" "I didn't catch the crabs. I just found it under the reef," Lin Ye said as he tossed the mineral water bottles to Luna. "I'll leave these bottles in your care. Don't lose them." Luna was still sitting foolishly by the campfire, and only when she heard Lin Ye did she quickly turn around and say, Okay, I'll definitely keep them safe." Huang Ziyu walked over and took my suitcase. "This suitcase should belong to a dead person, right? My dear young lady, we're practically about to go meet Buddha ourselves, and you still care about that?" Lin Ye replied irritably. "Besides, if there's something useful inside, wouldn't our chances of surviving be even greater?" Ignoring the astonishment on the girl's face, Lin Ye directly forced the suitcase open. When he opened the suitcase, what came into view was a pile of designer clothes. Luna also came over to rummage through it, but unfortunately, they were all men's clothes, which left her a little disappointed. Up to now, She was still wearing only her lace-trimmed panties plus Lin Ye's jacket. Under the clothes, they also found an unopened box of Durex, which made Huang Ziyu blush. Luna also looked at Lin Ye with a mischievous smile. Lin Ye pretended not to notice and kept searching. After taking everything out, they found only a razor, a box of Durex, and a phone charger. There wasn't really anything useful. Luna did find a suitable pair of pants, and without any coyness, she put them on right in front of Lin Ye. This hoodie should fit you. Lin Ye tossed a hoodie to Huang Ziyu and picked out a shirt for himself to wear. Huang Ziyu held the clothes in her hands, her expression a little conflicted. The clothes were a bit damp, probably from some water seeping in, but they dried quickly once worn. Lin Ye didn't force her. It would be fine once she figured it out herself. At a time like this, she still hung up on whether they belonged to a dead person or not. Mr. Lin, I smashed all those crabs to death, but I don't know how to roast them, Luna said to Lin Ye after putting on her pants and turning around. Just call me Lin Ye. Mr. sounds weird. Lin Ye looked at Luna. Only after she put on pants did he dare look at her properly. Okay. Lin Ye walked over to the campfire and saw that the girl had smashed the crabs into a complete mess. Brutal enough. Lin Ye gave Luna a thumbs up. Luna stuck out her tongue helplessly. The crabs were no way to fill their stomachs. At most they could just try them for a fresh taste. They still had to rely on coconut flesh to satisfy their hunger. After eating, Lin Ye found a pile of small branches and made a simple little wooden frame. He picked the burned charcoal out of the campfire and then laid a thick layer of wood ash at the bottom of the small wooden frame. The two women watched Lin Ye's actions without understanding what he was doing. Ignoring their confusion, Lin Ye continued by placing a few more pieces of charcoal on the wood ash, then covered them with a few more chunks of charcoal, and finally covered everything with ash. Only after finishing all this did Lin Ye slowly explain. The lighter fell into the sea when we were being chased by wild wolves, so we can only preserve the fire this way. But we must find shelter immediately, or we're done for if it rains. After hearing this, the two women nodded as if they half understood. Let's go, we're setting out. Lin Ye carried the suitcase, Luna carried the coconuts and mineral water bottle, while Huang Ziyu took on the important task of preserving the fire. The three of them headed toward the other side of the beach. Lin Ye, do you think we can still wait for rescue? Huang Ziyu asked on the way. I don't know, but I think there should be rescue coming. After all, this incident is a big one, and they're all globally famous tycoons. Lin Ye replied. By the way, how did you end up on the ship? Lin Ye asked teasingly. But Huang Ziyu just pouted and said nothing, while Luna said, I boarded the ship with my father for a vacation. On the night of the accident, I even told my father that after we got off the ship, he should come with me to Africa to see the grasslands. As she spoke, Luna started crying. Life and death are fated. Wealth and honor are in heaven's hands. This island is so big, and we all survived, so your father should be blessed with good fortune too. Lin Ye said comfortingly. I hope so. After Luna said that, Lin Ye also felt a bit heavy-hearted, wondering whether they could still return home, and the group walked on in silence. After walking for about 3 or 4 li, each of them drank another coconut along the way. The three walked along the coast, but there was no path ahead anymore, and they would have to make a very long detour to continue along the shore. So they could only go through the jungle to get around it. Luna was a little scared, so Lin Ye had her walk at the back. He picked up a fairly long wooden stick and slowly made his way inward step by step. I'll listen to you. I'll listen to you. Stop hitting me. Please, please. Shoo, do you hear something? Lin Ye stopped and turned back to ask in a low voice. It sounds like someone's talking. Huang Ziyu also stopped and listened carefully. Luna also replied urgently in her half-baked Chinese. I heard it too. It's a woman's voice. Don't make a sound. I have a bad feeling about this. Let's sneak over slowly and check out the situation first. Unable to tell whether they were friend or foe, Lin Ye chose to observe secretly first because what he had just heard sounded a bit like a woman begging for mercy. As the three slowly crept through the grass, they saw a clearing in the middle of the jungle about the size of a basketball court. On the right side of the clearing stood a towering tree, and beside it was a small pond. When he saw that pond, Lin Ye's eyes lit up imperceptibly. Damn, this bitch won't behave unless she's beaten. Looking through a gap in the grass, Lin Ye saw that the speaker was a vicious-looking fat man. Lin Ye counted a total of 5 people, 3 men and 2 women. At this moment, the 2 women were kneeling on the ground, their clothes in tatters, looking like refugees fleeing a famine. At this moment, a short man on the left walked over to the fat man and said obsequiously, Brother Hua, don't be angry. There are only these 2 women now. If you beat them to death, won't you have no way to vent your anger? If they die, it'll even save food. The fat man replied viciously, then turned to another tall man and asked, Agwe, did you go check the beach? Is there a rescue team? Brother Hua, I made a very large SOS sign on the beach, and there haven't been any passing ships at sea these past 2 days, the tall man said in a very deep voice. Hearing this, Brother Hua stood up and kicked each of the 2 women opposite him, cursing as he said, Damn it, what a shitty ship. I spent tens of millions, and I hadn't even had my fun yet. Now I'm stranded in this godforsaken place. When I get back, I'll definitely make the William family give me an explanation. If they don't compensate me, I swear I won't let this go. How could they do this? Is there no justice anymore? As Huang Ziyu spoke, she wanted to rush out and stop Brother Hua. Seeing this, Lin Ye was so startled that he quickly grabbed her hand. Are you crazy? Forget stopping them if you go out now. You might end up getting beaten or humiliated yourself. There are 3 men. Can you beat them? Don't count on me. I'm not even enough to fill the gaps between their teeth. Hearing Lin Ye's words, Huang Ziyu calmed down slightly. Lin Ye softened his tone and started analyzing the pros and cons for her. We don't even know where we are right now, on this deserted island, let alone the law. Even if they killed you right now and dumped your body, no one would know. After hearing Lin Ye's words, Luna also took Huang Ziyu's hand and said, Sister Ziyu, let's not meddle in other people's business. You can tell at a glance that fat guy is no good. Let's hurry and leave, go around them. If they spot us, we'll be in trouble. As a grown man, I don't really care, but you 2 pretty girls will probably suffer for it, Lin Ye said. After hearing Lin Ye's words, Huang Ziyu also nodded. In the 2 days she had spent with Lin Ye, he really hadn't done anything inappropriate to the 2 of them, and he had even been helping them survive. Looking at Brother Hua's group again, once they had left the civilized world, the evil in their hearts was laid bare. Pa, perverted men. Once I get out of here, I'm definitely calling the police to have them arrested, Huang Ziyu said viciously. Let's go, stop being so hot-blooded. Afraid she would act impulsively, Lin Ye grabbed Huang Ziyu's hand and headed back, preparing to go around them. Seeing Lin Ye holding her hand, Huang Ziyu was a little dazed. Ever since she was little, only her father had ever held her hand like this. After walking several hundred meters, they finally left Brother Hua and the others' territory. Because the jungle was dense, they didn't dare walk too fast, and in the distance they saw a patch of rocks. Lin Ye, you can let go of my hand now, Huang Ziyu said shyly. Lin Ye turned around and saw that he was still holding her small hand. His old face reddened, and he said awkwardly, well, I was afraid you'd do something impulsive just now, so I held your hand while we walked. Wow, Brother Lin Ye, you're so shy? Holding Sister Ziyu's hand makes you blush. Luna teased. What are you talking about? I'm just hot. Wasn't it because I was afraid she'd act impulsively that I grabbed her? Lin Ye said, a little guilty. Then do you like Sister Ziyu? Luna planned to keep pressing Lin Ye. Seeing how Lin Ye could fight wild wolves, climb trees to pick coconuts, and seemed capable of anything, she really enjoyed watching him get flustered. All right, stop bickering. If we can't find water soon, we'll die of thirst. Seeing Lin Ye embarrassed, Huang Ziyu hurriedly stepped in to smooth things over. Lin Ye also quickly said, right, if we still can't find fresh water, the first one to die of thirst will be you little foreign girl. Luna stuck out her tongue and made a face at Lin Ye. As for water, I have a way. Right now our main goal is to find a shelter. At this moment, Lin Ye already had a plan in mind. What way do you have? The 2 asked in unison. You don't need to worry about that. Let's go check under the rocks ahead. In my experience, this kind of rock should have caves formed by running water. As he spoke, Lin Ye walked toward the rocks with a wooden stick in hand. Look, there's a cave over there. Lin Ye looked up in the direction Huang Ziyu was pointing. There really is, but isn't it a bit too high? Lin Ye said, somewhat speechless. The cave entrance is about large enough to fit 2 adults, but it is 7 or 8 meters above the ground. In an environment like this, it really is a great shelter, and it can also keep wild beasts out. The only question is how big it is inside. Lin Ye, it's too high, and the rock wall is too smooth. You'd better not go up. Huang Ziyu was worried that Lin Ye might fall and get hurt while climbing, so she tried to persuade him. Lin Ye looked at the vines and small trees hanging down from the cave entrance. Climbing up himself shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'll go up and take a look first, see how big the cave is and whether it's some kind of beast's den. Seeing that Huang Ziyu still wanted to say something, Lin Ye sprang up directly, leaving her only a dashing silhouette. The rock wall looked smooth and steep, but with some small patches of grass and vines to brace against. It wasn't too hard for Lin Ye to climb up, but it wouldn't be easy for the 2 girls below to climb up. Just as Lin Ye finally grabbed the edge of the cave with his hand, a sharp pain like being pecked by a chicken shot through the back of his hand. Damn! The pain made Lin Ye bare his teeth, and he nearly let go of the cliff edge he had just grabbed and fell. Lin Ye, be careful. Huang Ziyu, down below, also saw what happened to Lin Ye. Brother Lin Ye, you should come down. It's too dangerous. Luna also chimed in. Lin Ye clung tightly with his left hand to a tree root in a crack in the rock and finally managed to steady himself. Sure enough, plants growing out of rock crevices really are quite tough. Don't be fooled by the fact that this tree root is only as thick as a thumb. Lin Ye felt that it should be no problem for it to bear the weight of two grown men. I'm fine. I just got bitten by something. Lin Ye shouted to the two of them. Looking at the back of his right hand, a bit of skin had already been scraped off, and it was a little red. Good thing it wasn't a snake bite, or he'd be done for. A snake bite wound should be 2 small parallel punctures. Judging by the wound, it didn't look like a snake. Lin Ye felt relieved. At this moment, the cave was only about 20 centimeters away from him. When he looked up, 2 little golden cuties were staring right at him. So they were 2 baby eagles. He didn't know what species, but judging by their color, they were probably golden eagles. Heh, you dare peck at me, huh? Just wait till I get up there and roast you. Lin Ye shouted, quickly moving toward the cave entrance. When he climbed onto the opening, the 2 little fellows were so frightened by Lin Ye that they scurried deeper into the cave. They hid at the very back without moving, for eyes fixed on Lin Ye without blinking. Standing at the entrance and looking inside, Lin Ye saw that the cave wasn't big, just enough for 3 adults to lie flat. The cave entrance was a golden eagle's nest. Beside the nest was also a pile of small animal bones and fur. So he had broken into a golden eagle's nest. Lin Ye thought to himself, but this really was also the best shelter, and Lin Ye did not want to give it up. With the eagle dad and eagle mom not at home, he had to think of a way quickly. How about roasting them and eating them? The thought flashed through Lin Ye's mind. No. Golden eagles are raptors to begin with. If he ate these 2 little guys, it would probably become a fight to the death. Lin Ye looked at the 2 silly little eaglets in the corner, and in the end still couldn't come up with any good solution. When Lin Ye returned to the ground, Huang Ziyu asked, "What's the situation up there? Just now it looked like something attacked you. There's a golden eagle's nest up there with 2 silly little eaglets, but the adult eagle isn't there. It probably went out looking for food." Lin Ye waved his hand and replied. Hearing this, Huang Ziyu said, "Then let's find somewhere else. What if the adult eagle comes back and treats us as enemies? It's getting dark now, and wild beasts will come out at night. I think this place is pretty good, and I don't want to give it up. How about this? You wait here for me a moment. I'll be back soon." As he spoke, Lin Ye plunged headfirst into the woods. This cave can keep the island's wild beasts out, and at night they can sleep without having to keep watch. Lin Ye really didn't want to give it up. He wanted to find some vines and branches in the woods and use the vines to make a simple ladder. Using the branches to make a fence, he could separate off the golden eagle's nest with it and prevent the adult eagle from returning and attacking them. Even in the daytime, the woods looked extremely dim, and there was always the possibility of tripping. What's this? Mushrooms? Lin Ye hadn't gone far, only about 200 meters or so, when he found a pile of mushrooms at his feet while pulling at the vines. Red caps and white stems. Eat them and we'll all lie flat together. These are completely white mushrooms. They shouldn't be poisonous, right? Lin Ye thought, recalling a joke he'd seen online. There were signs that these mushrooms had been nibbled on, probably by mice and birds, so they were probably not poisonous. Seeing that some of the mushrooms had been nibbled on, Lin Ye didn't think too much about it and casually picked a whole pile. Sister Ziyu, I'm so hungry. I feel like I could eat a whole cow right now. Luna leaned against Huang Ziyu and said weakly, I'm a little hungry too. How about when Lin Ye gets back, we discuss going out to look for food? Huang Zi also said, rubbing her stomach. When Lin Ye came back with a pile of branches on his back, a bundle of vines in his right hand, and mushrooms wrapped in his shirt in his left hand. He came back to find these 2 silly girls leaning against each other, sitting on the ground. Lin Ye is back. Seeing Lin Ye return, Huang Ziyu helped Luna to her feet and said, Ziyu, slowly spread apart the embers we brought over, find some dry leaves, and get the fire going, Lin Ye instructed. Then brother Lin Ye, what do I need to do? Luna volunteered eagerly. Go gather some branches nearby. In a bit we'll light a bonfire here, and while we're at it, clean these mushrooms. Lin Ye looked at Luna and said, Okay, I'll go right away. Luna clapped her hands and started looking around nearby, while Huang Ziyu also picked up some leaves and worked hard to blow the embers into flame. Fortunately, not much time had passed since they brought them over, otherwise the embers might have gone out. Watching the 2 of them work, Lin Ye also got busy. First, he made a simple vine ladder out of the vines, then carried the branches and the vine ladder on his back and climbed up to the cave again. When he got up there, he saw that the two little sandao had already returned to the nest, and at the sight of Lin Ye, they cautiously shrank back into the corner of the rock wall again. Lin Ye ignored them and directly used the branches to partition off their nest. The height of this cave was only about 1.2 meters, so you had to bend over to get up there. If you weren't careful, you'd bump your head. He wedged the branches one by one tightly between the top and bottom of the cave, and they didn't need any rope to hold them in place. In this way, only the golden eagle's nest was left on the right side of the cave entrance, while the left side was partitioned off with branches, just enough for one person to crawl in. He used the remaining branches to make a simple door blocking the cave entrance. When the eagle dad and eagle mom came back, it could keep them outside too. If the adult eagle were there, getting in and out would probably be inconvenient, and it would be easy to get attacked. By the time Lin Ye finished all this and came down, it was almost dark, but the adult eagle still hadn't returned. Brother Lin Ye, these mushrooms don't have any water on them, but I cleaned them with my hands. Luna came below Lin Ye, holding up the white mushrooms as she spoke. Lin Ye saw that Huang Ziyu had also gotten the fire going. It's fine, dirty food won't make you sick. At a time like this, there's no point worrying about parasites. It's good enough just to have something to eat. Lin Ye opened the suitcase, took apart the razor blade, used the blade to shave a few wooden skewers, stuck the mushrooms on them, and started roasting them over the fire. Lin Ye, can this be eaten? Huang Ziyu was a little doubtful. The question even made Lin Ye lose confidence. I don't know either, but it should be fine. I saw traces of small animals eating them. Luna also shot him a suspicious look. Don't worry, I'll eat first later. See if I get poisoned. If I don't, then you can eat. Although Lin Ye was confident in his heart that the mushrooms weren't poisonous, he couldn't exactly chicken out in front of the two of them. Lin Ye, if you don't recognize the mushrooms, you really shouldn't eat them. You're using yourself to test for poison. There isn't a hospital here. Huang Ziyu said worriedly. Yeah, brother Lin Ye, at worst we can endure a little longer. There's still one coconut. We can split it and eat it, then go to the beach tomorrow to look for food. Luna also quickly tried to persuade him. Don't worry, I grew up in the countryside. I've eaten this kind of mushroom before, I just can't remember its name. As he spoke, Lin Ye tossed a mushroom into his mouth and started chewing. This taste. How should I put it? It feels like chewing wax. No oil, no salt, dry roasted mushrooms. This flavor really hits hard. Lin Ye ate a piece and waited for about 10 minutes. There probably isn't any problem, but it really doesn't taste good. Mainly because there aren't any seasonings at all. After Lin Ye finished speaking, Huang Ziyu also took one and tore off a small piece to put in her mouth. Her brows immediately furrowed into a deep frown, but she still silently swallowed it. Luna also picked up a small piece and put it in her mouth, but before chewing a few times, tui, tui, tui. What is this? It's completely impossible to eat. As she spoke, she tossed the mushroom aside. Actually, this kind of wild mushroom tastes pretty good when boiled into soup in a pot. It's sweet and tender, and adding it to chicken soup makes it absolutely delicious. Lin Ye picked up another piece of mushroom and said while chewing. It would have been better if he hadn't said that. As soon as he did, Luna's stomach began to protest. Gore. Gore. Seeing Luna's delicate, pitiful look, Lin Ye felt quite helpless. He thought to himself, at least we still have mushrooms to eat now. In a few days, who knows what we'll be eating. Looking at Huang Ziyu, Lin Ye also revealed a troubled expression. How about this? You two eat that coconut. If you can eat the mushrooms, then eat them. If not, just leave them there. I'll go out and look for a water source. Hearing Lin Ye's words, Huang Ziyu also put down the mushroom in her hand and said, where are you going to look for water? It's getting dark, and the woods aren't safe. I have a way. If I still haven't come back before dark, then climb up this vine ladder into the rock cave and close the wooden door. That'll be safer. Lin Ye tucked a few roasted mushrooms into his pocket and said. Huang Ziyu was also quite worried. Brother Lin Ye, how about we all go together tomorrow morning? The three of us can split one coconut together. Seeing Lin Ye going alone to look for water, Luna said this, not knowing whether she was worried Lin Ye would abandon them or genuinely worried about his safety. Yeah, Lin Ye, let's go look together tomorrow morning. Huang Ziyu also stood up and tried to persuade him. It's fine, I know where there's a water source, and if it's tomorrow morning, it might actually be harder to fetch water. Seeing Lin Ye's resolute expression, Huang Ziyu couldn't really say anything more. She rummaged through the suitcase and found another jacket. Put this jacket on. There are a lot of poisonous insects and thorns in the woods. As she spoke, she handed the jacket to Lin Ye. Lin Ye looked at her. This girl really was the more thoughtful one. Lin Ye put on the jacket, grabbed a few mineral water bottles, and headed in the direction they had come from. Remember, if I haven't come back by dark, you must go up into the rock cave and shut the wooden door properly. After walking a few steps, Lin Ye still didn't forget to give the two girls a few instructions. Where was Lin Ye going to get water? Of course, to Brother Hua's place. Since it was getting dark, he wanted to see if he could secretly fill a few bottles while they weren't paying attention. Lin Ye walked step by step along the path he had come from, estimating the distance in his mind. It was about 2 li. Once he walked out of the woods, he would be able to see that big tree, and the location was easy to recognize. Brother Hua, this is our last food. Gue said to Brother Hua while holding a pack of instant noodles and several other unidentified packages. Damn, can a living person really hold it in forever? You go out and look for food. If you can't find any, don't even think about eating. Brother Hua pointed at the short, sleazy man and said, Brother Hua, no, I don't want to go. There are wild beasts in the woods. The short, sleazy man said, then do you want to starve to death? Be good. As long as you find food, no matter what it is, as long as it's edible, you can pick one of these 2 women, and I'll have her keep you company for a night. Brother Hua pointed at the 2 women and said softly to the short, sleazy man, but if you don't go, I'll break your damn legs and throw you into the woods to feed the wolves. Brother Hua changed his tone again and said viciously. This Brother Hua was a Hong Kong triad boss, named Xiong Hua. Lin Ye had seen him on the gambling ship, and Gue was his top enforcer. Brother Hua was cruel and ruthless. If a waiter accidentally offended him, at best he'd get a beating, at worst he'd be thrown into the sea to feed the fish. I'll go, Brother Hua. Once I find food. You can't go back on your word and must let that girl spend a night with me. Hearing Brother Hua's words, the short, sleazy man said this after weighing the pros and cons in his heart. Don't worry, when I, Xiong Hua, speak, my word is as good as gold. Brother Hua said, patting the sleazy man's shoulder. Not far away, Lin Ye was secretly crouching in the bushes, silently watching this scene. The 2 women had their legs tied with strips torn from clothes. Brother Hua and Gue sat under the big tree, and the sleazy man had already left. This is not far from the pool at all. Getting water won't be easy. Looking at the few people sitting nearby, it really seemed somewhat impossible to secretly fill water bottles without getting into their line of sight. Let's wait a little longer and see if there's a chance. Lin Ye wasn't in a hurry and just stayed crouched in the bushes. He didn't know how much time had passed, and by then the sky had darkened. Brother Hua, let's go up first. Don't wait for Park Guchang anymore. Gue walked over to Brother Hua and said, I'll go up first. In a bit, bring them up too. As he spoke, Brother Hua began climbing the tree. Not far away, Lin Ye watched their movements. Could it be that they live in the tree? In the faint light, he watched Brother Hua climb up the tree step by step. It seemed there were some hollows dug into the trunk for climbing. No wonder, it looked pretty easy for Brother Hua to climb. Once they all go up, won't I be able to secretly fill the bottles? But why are they resting in the tree? Lin Ye thought to himself. After Brother Hua went up, Gue untied the cloth strips from the 2 women's legs and urged them to climb up as well. When Gue climbed up last, the clearing became unusually quiet. Lin Ye picked some leaves and tied them onto his body, then slowly crawled toward the pool so as not to alert Brother Hua and the others. Although even if they discovered him, Lin Ye could still quickly run away. But Lin Ye didn't want to come into conflict with them, nor did he want them to know there were other survivors on this island. Sometimes people are more frightening than wild beasts. Lin Ye slowly crawled to the edge of the pool, filling the mineral water bottles as he did so. He looked toward the big tree and couldn't spot Brother Hua and the others at all. It wasn't completely dark yet, and he could still see 20 meters ahead. After filling the bottles, Lin Ye slowly crawled back into the bushes, preparing to return. Help! Brother Hua, help! The short, sleazy man's voice came from the distance. Lin Ye rolled over and crouched in the grass, motionless, looking in the direction of the sound. The short, sleazy man came tumbling and scrambling out of the woods, still shouting. There's a black bear! Brother Hua, help! Brother Hua also heard the commotion at this moment. A stream of cursing came from the tree. Fuck, Park Guchang. You fucking knew it was a black bear and still dared to lead it here. Only now did Lin Ye learn that the short, sleazy man was called Park Guchang. Judging by the name, he was probably from Korea. Brother Hua, I didn't want to either. It just wouldn't stop chasing me. Park Guchang had no time to care about Brother Hua's insults and climbed up the tree in just a few quick steps. After Park Guchang climbed up the tree, a huge dark figure burst out of the jungle. It was shockingly a brown bear, and judging by its size, It was probably as big as a young water buffalo. It chased after Park Guchong all the way to the base of their tree. Ah! The two women in the tree screamed loudly in fright when they saw the brown bear. Damn it, useless trash. Hurry up and think of a way to lure it away. Seeing that the brown bear also wanted to climb up, Brother Hua was so scared that he hurriedly kept climbing higher, but the trunk above was too slippery. After climbing only a short distance, he had to stop. Looking at the brown bear still roaring below, Brother Hua said to Ague, throw him down to feed the bear. Maybe once it's full, it'll leave. No, Brother Hua, throw down one of the women instead. Keep me. I'm more useful. I can find food for you. Hearing Brother Hua's words, Park Guchong hurriedly said, Brother Hua, keep him for now. He might still be of some use, and it'll be dark soon. Hearing Ague's words, Brother Hua fell into thought, as if something even more terrifying would happen after dark. That's right, Brother Hua, I'm still useful. As soon as it gets light tomorrow, I'll go look for food. Park Guchong hurriedly added. Ague shot Park Guchong a glance, then lowered his head and stared fixedly at the brown bear. Suddenly, it stood up like a person and wrapped its forelimbs around the trunk. It began climbing upward, so fast that even Ague was somewhat startled. Holy shit! Ague faced it like a formidable enemy, but he did not back down. He quickly grabbed a branch above with both hands, his body swinging up lightly, then seized the moment and lashed out with both legs like lightning, kicking the brown bear squarely in its massive head. The kick was tremendously powerful, and the brown bear lost its balance and fell from the trunk. Bang! Its huge body hit the ground with a heavy thud. The brown bear refused to give up, and instead became even angrier. It quickly got back up and continued climbing the tree, while Ague had long been ready and waiting. After several rounds like this, both the brown bear and Ague were somewhat exhausted. Brother Hua felt somewhat relieved, thankful that he had such a powerful bodyguard, then cursed at the two women who were crying in fear. Stop fucking crying, all of you. Keep quiet. If you cry again, I'll throw you down. Hearing Brother Hua's words, the two women were so frightened that they hugged each other and sobbed quietly. Lin Ye watched as the brown bear below the tree kept slapping the trunk. It tried climbing several times, only to be kicked back down by Ague. He clicked his tongue inwardly, gaining a certain understanding of Ague's combat strength. Even several versions of himself would not be this guy's match. Forget it, better slip away quickly. Once it gets dark, he probably wouldn't even be able to find the way. To avoid alarming the brown bear, Lin Ye slowly crawled away step by step, looking back repeatedly, watching from afar to see whether the brown bear had noticed him. Animals have a keener sense of smell than humans. The moment he realized the brown bear had spotted him, Lin Ye would still have time to react. But when Lin Ye was about to look back one last time, several pairs of glowing green eyes had appeared on the other side of the clearing. The brown bear also stopped climbing and roaring, looking toward the woods on the opposite side, its body slowly backing away. No way. Could I really be this unlucky? Another wolf pack? At this moment, Lin Ye was stuck, unable to leave or stay. Hearing that howl, even more wolves were drawn over, and the brown bear immediately turned and ran into the woods behind it. So this brown bear turned into a cowardly bear? It gave up just like that? Lin Ye watched the direction the brown bear had run off in, and in an instant it had vanished without a trace. Looking at the big tree not far to his right, Lin Ye thought to himself, if I run now, I definitely can't outrun the wolves, and once it gets dark I'll be even slower. The only option is to hide in a tree and wait for the wolves to leave. Lin Ye quietly climbed up the trunk to about 4 meters above the ground. Lying on the trunk and observing the wolves, Lin Ye saw that the whole pack had come out and was drinking around the pond. He counted them. There were 12 in total. Among them, a larger silver wolf stood in the middle of the pack. It wasn't in a hurry to drink, but instead raised its head and stared at the tree where Brother Hua and the others were. Looks like this pond is also a place animals often come to for water. Brother Hua and the others were smart to climb into the tree before night fell, Lin Ye muttered to himself as he watched the pack. Even after the wolves finished drinking and left one after another, Lin Ye still didn't dare act rashly. After a while, the sky grew a bit dimmer, and 2 wild deer arrived, along with a wild boar, all drinking by the pond. Only then did Lin Ye finally feel safe enough to climb down the tree. With wild deer nearby, it meant there was probably no danger left in the area. The wolf pack had likely gone far away. Lin Ye thought to himself that he still needed to find a better place to get water. Not only were Brother Hua and the others here, but wolf packs also showed up from time to time. If Brother Hua and the others weren't here, maybe I could set a trap and catch a wild boar. Lin Ye looked at the spot where the boar was drinking and swallowed, then picked up the water on the ground and headed step by step toward the rock cave. Lin Ye, is that you? Just as he returned to the rock cave, the sound of his footsteps caught the attention of the two above, and Huang Ziyu asked softly, "It's me, don't be afraid." Lin Ye waved upward at them. "You don't need to come down." Seeing that they had covered the fire with plant ash, he guessed Huang Ziyu had copied what Lin Ye had done earlier to preserve the embers, though he didn't know whether it could last until dawn. The suitcase had been left below the rock, which made sense. At such a height, it was hard enough for them just to climb up themselves. There was no way to count on them to carry it up. Lin Ye hung the water around his neck, carried the suitcase in his left hand, and climbed up the vine ladder step by step. When he saw the two silly little eaglets snuggled together, they mistook the sound of Lin Ye climbing up for the big eagle returning with food and opened their beaks at him. "I found water, but I didn't find any food. Did you see the big eagle come back?" Lin Ye sat down cross-legged after climbing up and asked. "We climbed up when it was almost dark, but we didn't see the big eagle." Luna even wanted to feed mushrooms to those two little ones, but they don't seem to eat them, Huang Ziyu replied. "Eagles are carnivores. Of course they wouldn't eat mushrooms. Still, it's strange. Birds are supposed to return to their nests at night, right?" Lin Ye was a little puzzled. He didn't think too much about it, though. Even if the big eagle came back, it wouldn't affect them. "I'm just afraid the big eagle knows there are humans here and won't dare return to the nest, and the two little ones will starve to death. Looks like tonight we'll have to squeeze together to sleep," Lin Ye said casually as he looked at the cramped space. "Then don't you dare fool around tonight." Huang Ziyu shifted her butt and made some space for Lin Ye. "It's okay, brother Lin Ye. Even if you do fool around, I won't know. Once I'm asleep at night, nothing can wake me up," Luna said with a half-smile. "Since you're such a sound sleeper, then you sleep in the middle next to Lin Ye." As Huang Ziyu spoke, she pushed Luna toward Lin Ye. Sure, I don't mind anyway." Luna teased Lin Ye with a snicker. In this cramped space, Lin Ye felt a little awkward from the girl's bold teasing. He coughed and said, "Ahem. What are you two even talking about?" "Don't worry, I behave myself when I sleep at night. I don't even snore. Move over a bit first. I'll take the clothes out of the suitcase and spread them underneath, otherwise we'll catch a chill." As Lin Ye spoke, he opened the suitcase and took out all the clothes. After spreading them out flat, the three of them lay down on top. Lin Ye was against the wall, with Luna in the middle, almost pressed up against each other, mainly because the space was just too small. Smelling the fragrance coming from the woman beside him, Lin Ye's thoughts began to wander. Having grown up this far, he had never been this close to the opposite sex. Lin Ye lay with his eyes open, looking at the rocks above, while Luna's sleeping breaths were already sounding in his ear. This girl really has a big heart. Lin Ye shook his head and turned over. "Lin Ye, are you asleep?" Huang Ziyu asked softly. What's wrong?" Lin Ye turned his head and replied. "Can that water be drunk directly? I'm a little thirsty." Hearing that Huang Ziyu's voice was somewhat hoarse, and considering that they had only drunk that little bit of coconut juice all day and hadn't eaten much either, Lin Ye felt a little thirsty too. "It's best not to drink that water directly. I was planning to look for something to filter it tomorrow. It'd be best to boil it in a container before drinking," Lin Ye said. He had originally planned to make a simple clay pot out of mud tomorrow, or find some fine sand to filter the water before drinking it, to prevent parasites and sediment in the water. If you want to drink some now, it's not impossible, just a bit troublesome. Lin Ye thought for a moment and said to Huang Ziyu. After Lin Ye finished speaking, he heard the sound of Huang Ziyu swallowing with a dry throat from beside him, probably because her thirst was getting uncomfortable. "If you're really thirsty, it's actually not that troublesome. Just wait here." If it's really that troublesome, then let's do it tomorrow. I can hold out." "It's fine, just wait." Lin Ye took a t-shirt out of the suitcase. He felt his way down along the vines in the dark. There was a faint moonlight, so it wasn't completely pitch black below, but Lin Ye still lit the campfire. Then he took out the small blade from the razor. He cut the t-shirt into 4 pieces, carefully picked out some charcoal from the fire, wrapped the charcoal with the first piece of cloth, then added a second layer, then a third, leaving an empty mineral water bottle, and poured water from another bottle on top, filtering it through the charcoal. Lin Ye had never tried filtering water with such a crude method before and didn't know how effective it really was. It did look clear, but raw water was still raw water. He filtered only half a bottle before stopping what he was doing. "Here, this can be drunk now, but don't drink too much. Boiled water is still cleaner." Lin Ye climbed back up into the rock cave and handed over the half bottle of water in his hand. "Thanks." Huang Ziyu took the water and drank it in small sips. When she finished drinking, Lin Ye took the remaining water and drained it in one gulp. Huang Ziyu pursed her slightly moistened lips without speaking, watching as Lin Ye had just drunk from the same bottle as her again. Her face was so red it looked like it could bleed. This was practically an indirect kiss. Luckily, the cave was too dark for Lin Ye to see her expression. Her stomach let out a growl, and after tossing the bottle aside, Lin Ye lay down and turned on his side to sleep. The next day, in his grogginess, Lin Ye felt something lying on top of him, and it was pretty heavy too. He slowly opened his eyes and saw it was Luna. Sure enough, this girl was quite unruly in her sleep. She was sprawled out, with one leg draped over his stomach. It was already broad daylight, and Huang Ziyu was nowhere to be seen. Lin Ye's left arm was also being hugged by her, leaving him unable to move. Lin Ye tried to pull his arm free, but she was holding on too tightly. After trying twice, he finally gave up helplessly. There were only the two of them in the cave, and Lin Ye's heart was beating fast, but Luna seemed to be treating him like a body pillow. Just as Lin Ye didn't know what to do, Huang Ziyu's voice came from below. Luna, Lin Ye, come down quickly. The giant eagle seems to be back. No, let me sleep a little longer. Luna mumbled groggily, her body shifting unconsciously. Seeing Luna move, Lin Ye shook his head helplessly. He thought to himself that Western women really were open-minded. They had only known each other for a few days, yet not only were they sleeping in the same cave, even their sleeping posture was this intimate. Luna's face was fair and extremely smooth. He couldn't tell whether it was because she took good care of herself or simply because Caucasians were born that way. Beneath her long eyelashes, her eyeballs seemed to be moving ever so slightly. Seeing this, Lin Ye had no choice but to gently push Luna's shoulder with his other hand, while softly calling, "Luna, wake up, the giant eagle is back." Luna finally slowly opened her eyes, looking at Lin Ye sleepily. Then she suddenly realized her position was a bit inappropriate and instantly blushed. She hurriedly let go of the arm she was holding onto and sat up. Sorry, I didn't mean to." Luna's voice stammered a little, and her gaze darted about as she didn't dare look at Lin Ye. Lin Ye thought to himself that she could actually get shy, but he still smiled as if nothing had happened and said, "It's okay, let's hurry out and take a look." With that, he stood up and walked toward the cave entrance. Luna also hurriedly straightened her clothes and followed. By then, the sky outside was already completely bright, and sunlight streamed down through the gaps in the leaves. Lin Ye and Luna walked out of the cave and saw the giant eagle not far away. The two giant eagles circled above their heads, one of them still clutching a huge rat in its talons. They had probably not returned to the nest all night in order to catch food. With us here, the giant eagles probably won't fly down. They might be scared, Lin Ye said, looking at the giant eagles. Then can we still stay up there tonight? Huang Ziyu asked. It should be fine. After feeding them, they'll go out to forage again. If it really doesn't work, we'll find another shelter. Lin Ye looked at the two silly little eaglets chirping above. They were probably starving so badly that, upon hearing the giant eagle's cries, they were responding from below as well. Next, we need to go look for food too, and while we're at it, check the beach to see if there are any rescue teams. Lin Ye said, rubbing his empty stomach. This place is pretty far from the beach, so we really should go out and see if there are any rescue teams. Huang Ziyu agreed. Before setting out, Lin Ye filtered 2 more bottles of water and carried them with him. Huang Ziyu had probably gotten up quite early. She had already rekindled the fire below, but it was probably of no use for now. Let's go. Let's head to the beach first. We shouldn't disturb their family time. As he spoke, Lin Ye put out the fire and continued covering the fire pit with plant ash. Luna picked up a bottle of water and gulped it down, saying, "Suddenly, I feel like water tastes so good too. Just be glad." This water was secretly filled from the pool over at Brother Hua's place. We even saw the wolf pack drinking there last night. It's already good enough that we have water to drink it all, Lin Ye said. Then let's look for other fresh water. It's too dangerous to get water there, Huang Ziyu said worriedly after hearing that Lin Ye had run into the wolf pack again. Unless I have no other choice, I won't take that risk. If we conserve these bottles of water, they'll be enough for us for 2 days, Lin Ye said as he walked. After leaving the woods and arriving at the beach, sure enough, there was an SOS laid out with branches and gravel. It was probably made by that person called a Gui. Let's go around it. This is a signal put up by Brother Hua's people. That person might be watching from somewhere hidden, so try to avoid them. As Lin Ye spoke, he walked toward the beach where they had first arrived. Lin Ye, can you go talk to those people? Maybe we should gather together and figure something out, unite and save ourselves. There is strength in numbers, Huang Ziyu said to Lin Ye. Hearing her words, Lin Ye paused, then said somewhat amusedly, "You saw it that day too. how they treated those two women. I won't deny that there are good people, but looking like you do, you'd absolutely be like meat buns thrown to a dog. Gone for good. Cooperating with those people is no different from seeking the skin of a tiger. Huang Ziyu opened her mouth, still wanting to say something. Lin Ye cut her off and said, "Also, we agreed at the time that you'd listen to me. If you're regretting it now, you can leave right now." Sister Ziyu, I think Brother Lin Ye is right. Those few people don't look like good people at all. The three of us should stick together as a team. Let's not provoke them. Hearing the stern tone in Lin Ye's voice, Luna quickly tried to smooth things over. Huang Ziyu pouted and said nothing, silently walking ahead. This girl is pretty proud. Lin Ye shook his head and followed after her. She still hasn't switched her mindset yet. After some time, she'll understand how dangerous people's hearts can be. These beauties who usually live high above others in the city. While Lin Ye was walking along the way, Luna's shout rang in his ears. Lin Ye looked over. Without looking carefully, you really couldn't tell it was a boat. The entire hull had capsized, and only a small patch of the pitch-black bottom was exposed above the sea. At night, anyone would definitely think it was a reef. "Come on, let's go take a look," Lin Ye said as he ran over quickly. "Hey, wait for us." Luna followed close behind. When they reached the shore, the boat was more than 20 meters from shore, and its size was impossible to make out clearly. The exposed part of the hull was too small to judge. "You two wait on shore. I'll go down and take a look. There are definitely supplies on that boat that we need." As Lin Ye spoke, he took off his shirt and dove headfirst into the sea. "Lin Ye, be careful." Huang Ziyu's shout came from behind him. There was no time to reply. The waves were a bit strong, and if he wasn't careful, seawater would pour into his mouth. After swimming for about 15 minutes, Lin Ye finally reached the boat. Holding onto the hull, he panted heavily for breath. The waves were just too strong. Swimming was really exhausting. This scrawny body needs some training. After resting for a moment, Lin Ye opened his eyes and plunged head first into the sea. The seawater was fairly clear, and he could see the entire hull. The boat was somewhat battered and worn, and it was only a little over 5 meters deep from the seafloor. After getting a clear look at the situation on the seafloor, Lin Ye hurriedly swam back out toward the shore to catch his breath again. He still couldn't make out the full size of the boat, but it should be a fishing boat. For some unknown reason it had ended up here, and it had probably been here for quite a long time. Otherwise it wouldn't have corroded this badly. Lin Ye patted the bottom of the boat with his hand and said. Taking a deep breath, Lin Ye dived down again. There were many small fish around the hull, and they didn't seem afraid of him at all. What is that? Looks like an iron cage. In the water, Lin Ye saw a pitch-black object on the seafloor. Judging by its appearance, it looked like the iron cage fishing boats used to catch king crabs, so he quickly swam over. This cage isn't small either. Lin Ye was a little delighted. He grabbed one and lifted it out of the sand on the seafloor, but when he looked at the other end of the iron cage, he saw an iron chain tied to the hull. With a hard yank, Lin Ye actually tore off the end attached to the hull. But at the same time, it stirred up the seafloor and made the water murky, so he could only swim upward. This iron cage probably weighed around 30 or 40 Gene. Carrying it while swimming in the sea was fairly easy, but getting it ashore took some effort. The sea is murky now. I'll wait until it clears up before going down to take another look. After surfacing, Lin Ye thought silently. He tied the iron cage to the boat. As long as the waves weren't too big, it wouldn't be knocked off by the seawater. Looking toward the two girls in the distance, he saw them gazing this way. They weren't far away, but the sound of the waves was quite loud, so Lin Ye just waved at them to signal that he was fine. After a few minutes, the sea became clear again. Lin Ye dove into the sea again and began searching around the ship. My diving limit is only a little over 1 minute, so I need to see clearly what's down there before going down, Lin Ye muttered to himself. After diving several times, Lin Ye's eyes felt a bit sore, and his strength was starting to fail, but he hadn't found anything useful. Lin Ye dipped his head into the sea and examined the hull. This kind of boat only has one wheelhouse. There was no getting into the cabin, and he didn't know where the kitchen was either. Taking a deep breath, he dived down again. This time Lin Ye was luckier and found an iron sheet, then pried a section of steel rebar off the railing on the ship's deck. After being soaked in seawater for a long time, the ship's railing had become easy to pry rebar from, which made Lin Ye overjoyed. With these things, he could at least make do. Lin Ye could no longer hold on and swam toward the surface. He tied the iron sheet and the steel rebar together with the iron chain and the iron cage, then swam toward the shore. When he was almost there, Huang Ziyu also walked into the sea to help. Together with Lin Ye, she carried the iron cage toward the shore. Lin Ye, are you okay? Huang Ziyu asked as she looked at Lin Ye's reddened eyes. Lin Ye's eyes really didn't look good at the moment, like he had pink eye, with bloodshot veins all over his eyeballs. I'm fine. It's just that I kept my eyes open in the sea for too long. Without professional diving equipment, it's not easy to search. Lin Ye waved his hand and said, Brother Lin Ye, what use is this cage? You can't eat it. Luna said when she saw the two of them carrying the iron cage. It has plenty of uses. On this island, any piece of iron is a scarce resource. Lin Ye said with a mysterious smile. Gurgle, gurgle. After making repeated salvage trips in the sea, Lin Ye's stomach let out an untimely rumble. We really hadn't eaten much these past 2 days. Looks like today we'll probably have to pick up crabs to eat again, Lin Ye said, rubbing his stomach. We'll go pick them up on the beach. You rest for a while. Huang Ziyu pulled Luna along and went to the nearby beach to start searching. Seeing how proactive the two of them were, Lin Ye didn't stay idle either. He picked up the iron sheet, found 2 stones nearby, and started smashing at it.